Hello, it's me James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks and tutorials, and of course I like to do this in complete survival. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build a brand new resin farm. This thing is super simple and the rates are not too bad as well. Very quickly, let me show you how this farm works. So, this is the farm in question. As you can see, the creaking has just spawned. This is the setup. It's a really easy setup to do. So, once the creaking spawned, we can then add 6 blocks to this. And then we can turn on our trident killer. And this will then start to make resin and store it down here, as you can see. So, every now and again, we'll get a little top up of resin. So, the best place to AFK this is actually up here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So any minute now, the creaking will oh yeah, there we go. So the creaking's despawned. We can turn off the system and see how much we got. Now I already had a few bits in there, so I think I got a couple of extra stacks, which is pretty nice indeed. That wasn't even a full night. That was around about, I don't know, 2 minutes or something like that. So what I'm going to do right now is take these out. This is very important. It's a lot easier to get the creaking to spawn when you take these out. In fact, I think you need to take these out. So what I will do is just leave myself 6 blocks in here, and I'm going to take that resin, and yeah, that is the farm I'm going to be showing you how to build today. Another thing, this is completely expandable. You can make these sections here and here, meaning you can get even more resin from this farm, which is super awesome. Very quickly, what exactly is resin? Well, resin is the new block that has been added into the game. You can, where is it? You can make resin, blocks of resin like this, or you can actually smelt it down and make yourself some ingots like this, and then you can make stuff out of the ingots. There are a bunch of stuff you can make. As you can see here, this is all the different items from the resin blocks. They do look pretty nice for builders, especially for building. Yeah, this is actually a nice block. And also, I'm 90% sure that you can use resin to add an armor trim. So let's just give that a test right now. So you basically do this and you add resin. Oh no, you can't add resin. Maybe it's the ingot. Alright, it is the ingot. I am so dumb right now. Let me get that. And there we go. Dude, that absolutely looks great. Damn, that is a nice chest plate. Just look at that. Wow, so yeah, you can also use it for trims, which is really nice. If you did want to build this farm, this is the items that you are going to need. I've put extra cobblestone and extra slabs, and also extra tridents. You probably only need 1. So, yeah, just take a screenshot right now, and you should be good to go. I'm not going to read it out. It'll just, yeah, take a little bit longer than needed. But there we go. That is everything you are going to need. Once you've grabbed all the materials you're going to need, go ahead and find a location. I'm just going to do it here because I've got a new flat area. So, what I'll do is build up 30 blocks. And that is going to be where we're going to build this farm. Purely for the fact, I think it's easier to spawn the creaking like that, so it doesn't, like, spawn anywhere else. Unless you want to spawn-proof it. That's entirely up to you. Easier just to go up 30 blocks in the air. At this stage, what I'll do is put 4 blocks like this, and then go around the outside, making it a little bit wider. So you've got the 4 blocks in the middle, and then you've got a row outside as well. Like this. And then what you could do, if you really wanted to, I like to do this, is just get rid of the nerd pole. Keeps things nice and tidy. Remember, if you do get rid of it, you've got to have a way to get back up. So now I'm going to grab my blocks, fill that back in, and we should be good to go. So let's grab our powered rails. We're going to put a powered rail in each corner. And then inside, or facing that powered rail, those powered rails, we're going to put an observer. So the face is facing it, a little bit like that, alright? So we just crouch, and then go on the edge like that. Super simple, super easy. And we're going to go like this. Perfect, good to go. So now, we're going to want solid block, solid block, solid block, solid block. And we can just have solid blocks on the floor, actually. And we will grab ourselves a piston, 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 and a piston on those blocks. And then, once again, we can finish that off with solid blocks. Like this. So now, what you're going to want to do as well, because this is where the creaking is going to spawn. So what I like to do is put a row of blocks on top. And then we're also going to have half slabs on top like that. And this way, the creaking is not going to be able to jump up and get out, even when these bits are like that. You get what I'm saying? You can put a lever right here, and then flick it once, and then it will turn on like this. And then you can throw your tridents in, like so. And then you can turn it off again. So what I meant by the height thing is just so, like, if the creaking jumps on there, it can't jump out. So maybe you need to, like, close it up a little bit more. What I actually like to do as well is close this section up. So it just, like, spawns here on this side. Again, I think you can close this up, but just for spawning purposes to make it easier, let's just leave it open. At this stage, what I'm going to do is come this side, and I'm basically going to put a block here. And then I'm going to have another temporary block. Actually, I want to go underneath that by 1. So we're going to have a block here. And we can remove this one and this one. And have that there. And then basically, I'm going to have a log facing downwards. Like so. And then the creaking heart. And then another log. This is where our creaking is going to spawn. So what we can do now is just place a hopper going into that block. But we'll replace that block with a barrel in a second. I'm just going to jump on here. And do that. And then we're going to have another hopper going downwards from these hoppers. Like so. And then I'm going to build downwards a little bit like this. Just so I can get me barrel on the bottom. And the reason I'm going to have a barrel is so I can open it facing downwards. Nice and easy. At this stage, let's place a block on the top. And then we're going to grab our normal pistons. Alright, I need 4 more normal pistons. I literally... forgot 4 pistons. So, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be an SB James tutorial without forgetting something, right? So, let me grab that. And, yeah, I'll just put it at the beginning that you need an extra 4 pistons. So, yeah, regarding this bit as well, this is actually extendable. So, this bit, you could have another one there, there, and there. And you should be able to get even more resin. So, then we're going to have our pistons facing downwards, like so. Of course, I messed it up. In fact, I'll put this one on first. It's just as easy. Let me just go around here and place this one. Perfect. And now we should be good to go. I literally forgot some redstone as well. Not even that much redstone you need, but oh, dude, I literally always forget stuff. Again, I will put that at the beginning, so you guys will have that. And now, essentially, we are going to want to make a timed clock. The reason I've gone for a timed clock, again, if you think this is a bad idea, you can let me know. But the reason I've gone for a timed clock is so when the resin spawns, yeah, it gives it kind of a chance to spawn and then breaks it, rather than it just automatically going up and down. So yeah, I've gone for a little timed clock. So what we're going to do is go across 2 blocks. So we'll go 1 and 2, and then I'm going to go across like this. And first of all, we're going to have a hopper going down and a hopper going into that one, and then we're going to break this one and then place the hopper going into it. At this stage, we'll grab our comparators. Each side we'll have a comparator there and a comparator there. If we've got our comparators on, we're going to want a solid block like so, and then we're going to do the exact same the other side. We don't want to click that. And then on the end of that solid block, we're going to have a torch and then a solid block on that torch, if we can get it on there. And then we're going to finish it off with a torch just there. We're going to do the exact same this side. So we want a torch on the back, a solid block, and then we're going to have a torch to finish it off. And remember, we don't want the creaking to spawn on these blocks, so we're going to have a half slab on the top. And now we're going to grab our piston, place piston there, place a piston here, and we're also going to have a redstone block, and we're going to place that there. Now to start this thing, we are going to want to place some blocks in. I think around about 6 blocks is actually a good amount of blocks. So we've got 6 blocks, and then every 6 blocks it will change like that. As you can see, you can have a little change around with the timing if you really want. It's entirely up to you. And now, next to this hopper right here, place a block, and we're essentially going to want to run some redstone to those pistons. So bring it out one, and simply just do a simple staircase going up. And then add redstone all the way across like this. All the way down. And then, obviously, we want to link that up like this. And then every time it goes across, it moves that. And that will just give it a little bit of extra time to add some resin, as you can see. So I'm just going to remove these unnecessary blocks. And that one. I'm just going to double check that there is no other spawn positions for my creaking to actually spawn. And we are looking good to go. If you're AFKing at night, what I would do is place some blocks like this and have a solid block above your head. That way, no phantoms are going to spawn. And yeah, I'll just AFK up here because if you AFK down there, I have actually been hit by the creaking at times. So what we'll do now is just wait for night time and wait for the creaking to spawn. Remember, when the creaking does spawn, we do have to turn on the trident killer. What I've actually decided I'm going to do is add a little wall up here. The reason I'm doing this is simply so I can get up and down. I'm going to make sure I've got a half slab on top as well, so I can literally just use this to go up and down, so I can turn it on and off. Again, that's an optional extra. You don't need to do that. It's entirely up to you. It is quite handy, though. And like I said, now we'll just wait for, yeah, night time, so the creaking spawns. Alright, I think... Alright, where'd the creaking spawn? No! The creaking spawned on the piston. That is not good. So, yeah, you're going to need to put blocks on the pistons, which... didn't actually happen to me during testing. Okay, my plan's to get it on these two. Okay, perfect. And then I'll drop it in. Oh. Okay, so now the creaking's in. What I'm going to do very, very quickly is obviously I've got to patch up those pistons. So I will do that. It shouldn't be able to get out. As you can see, I'll patch up the pistons. Alright, so I don't think it can spawn on that redstone block because it's moving. So now we need to turn on the system. So keep an eye out, by the way, because it can actually hit you. So let me just go down my little ladder. Oh, I fell off the system. No, that's not good. Right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'm back up. And now, we should be getting some resin being made. Now, ideally, I have him closed off. So, I would kind of like to have a couple of half slabs there to keep him in the same position. It does kind of look a little bit better. But as you can see, I've already got 16 resin, which is a really good amount. And it's only been on for a few seconds. So, what I'm going to do is just get a couple of slabs here. One sec. Right, so, I'm just going to attempt to lock him in. Alright, he's kind of stuck there. That's alright. I'll take that for now. Let's see how much resin we got. We got 33 so far. So, I think he's stuck a little bit how I don't want him to be stuck. So, that might be a little bit of a problem. Alright, so yeah, I just looked away and he's all good now. So, I'm going to try and get these blocks on again. I'll look away. And he should come over here a little bit more. Alright, I got one block on. No, I got an extra block there. What I'll do is I'll just do this. You know what? I'll just take them off for now. It seems to be working fine without them. So yeah, I'll just stare away. So he's released. And now he's released. That's perfect. Keep an eye on him. Run up here. And yeah, we should be getting a bunch of resin. What I'll do is I'll just AFK a little bit. And we'll see what we end up with. We've got 45 at the minute. Pretty nice. Right, I'm back. We're going to jump down again. As you can see, we've got over a stack of resin now, which is really nice. And we've still got the rest of the night. So I'm just going to sit up here. And once again, I'll be back. Alright, I'm late back. Obviously, the creaking despawned. So let's have a little look. We can turn this thing off now. Yeah, let me have a look. And there we go. We've got 3 stacks and a bit, which is actually alright. It's not bad for a simple farm. Remember, these modules right here, you can add another one this side, another one this side, and potentially another one over there if you move this system. So there we have it. That is my automatic resin farm. I do hope that this helps you out in your worlds. I will catch you on the next one.